What's up, 501? You got me, Jimmy. I couldn't hear the music coming in. I couldn't hear the intro.
Yeah, I heard it.
I don't know
I
why I
can hear
couldn't hear
you
it.
too.
I got. You heard me? Then why didn't you
Yeah,
answer me?
I can hear you.
Well, guys, Jimmy's out of the hospital, and he's alive and kicking. And how was your weekend?
I wouldn't say kicking, but my weekend was spent getting poked and prodded and getting no sleep. Yeah.
Um, Funny story. I called Jimmy. He got to walk around that little robe all weekend, so his butt was showing. So I bet that was a sight. You walk around that little hospital gown, and
Well,
when you say you got poked, I hope it had nothing to do with the gown be open in the back.
first of all,
But
I wasn't in a gown. I was in shorts and a t-shirt. But no, I was in the hospital. I went in Thursday uh, with my heart rate at like 150. It was bouncing 150, 170. So they went ahead and admitted me at the Big Baptist, which is where my heart doctor told me to go. But then they put me on this new medication where they have to monitor me for 3 or 4 days, however long, which I was in there Thursday night till Monday night. So yeah, 4 days. But I'm on this new medicine. I'm feeling, half-ass decent. Scheduled for that procedure on the 28th. So I should be good.
well, well, I got cleaned up. Can you tell?
I can tell. I guess I need to do
I mean,
something.
I got a haircut. I mean, Crystal cut all the gray out. I need to go to color, but she didn't have time for that.
What?
I mean, I'm
I
lucky to
like.
get in. She's so busy. Like when she says be here in 10 minutes, I have to be there in 10 minutes. So I mean, like I could
Yeah.
never get in to get my haircut. I mean, I was to the point where I was fixing to go to Sports Clips. I'm
Oh.
just teasing. I messed with her. She would
Yeah. See, I'm
wouldn't.
due. I'm due. I guess I need to call Crystal here eventually. I think Beth's going in Monday. So
Man, I told her to go ahead and do my beard and everything, and I hate it because I really like my beard, but I don't know. I was getting kind of scruffy there for a while, so I feel like I
yeah,
look younger. Do I look younger?
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So I guess that's
But
Hogs won Saturday, so at least you get to watch the Hogs win
I
Saturday while
did.
you're
I
laid
did
up.
watch. I watched. Man, people were screaming on that damn hall on the which I was on the ninth floor, which is the heart floor. So I mean, people up there getting excited and screaming. I don't know if that was a good
Probably not a good
thing, but
idea.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna get too much in football, but we always do this every week. Your Cowboys lost, and it was a heartbreaking loss. I feel like the refs kind of got involved in the game like they did 2 weeks ago against Miami.
Well,
And
and but where I do agree with you, you can't leave the game up to the refs.
yeah, when you get momentum and you start moving the ball, there's completely different when they shut it down. But Cowboys had a chance to win, just like the
Yeah,
Dolphins had a chance to win
yeah.
at the end of the game, and Tua sucked it up. But anyway, let's get off football. Anyway, Cowboys lost. That's all that matters. VFW number 35-4. Um, we had Miranda on the show that week, so I'll give her a shout out on the tournament name. Um, First place was Lisa and 1 seed, Brandon Lacewell. Second place was Double Assholes. And kind of surprised they got to that point because they were not getting along. And it's the whole reason why before Cider Cup, I made the executive decision to completely change every team. And I was worried about how, although I do think Andrew and Austin are a very good team together, and at the Slaughter Cup, I just didn't know who would pull who back in and say, "Hey, come on, let's go," because they both get mad at each other, and it's just like it can go off the rails, and I didn't want that to happen at Slaughter Cup, so I even talked to you about it a couple
Yeah.
days before. I was like, I can't do it. Like I can't do it. I'm gonna have to switch it. Uh, so I switched, and I'm glad I did. Uh, I think it turned out good switching them, but anyway, they got second place. Andrew Burrows and Austin Potts, the double A hoes, and that wasn't their name. I changed it. I think they were signed up as double A's, but
Yeah.
I had to put I had to put the holes behind it. That's more interesting than double A's. But um, Matt Warren and Lucky got third. They come over and love having them over.
Yeah.
Lucky's a shooter. Matt's completely changed. I mean, not changed his throw since last time I seen him. He was throwing a slower bag last time, but man, they're just a tough team. I mean, they always have been, always will be.
Always. Yeah, they always have been.
I mean, it was minus S, big regional we won. I think we had 32 teams. It was my first doubles regional win, and we had to beat them in the championship. And I about got teary-eyed because I think I was throwing against. I can't remember. We beat Matt and Lucky, but there was a point in the game where I was just stoned and I knew it was going to happen and got a little emotional. But so I always have a special place in my heart for them. Switch number 142. We had 34. That tournament, we had 20 teams. So we had 74 players that night at VFW. So that's a good turnout. Anytime you get 60-plus players, man, that's a good night. Switch 142, we had 34 players. Regulator and Beth, again, I'm going to say your name tonight, but you actually didn't win. So,
well, I mean, I did. You know, no, we'll get to it.
But anyway, Beth won the tournament. You know,
yeah.
I mean, I think you finally got to a position where you're gonna get a podium finish, and your heart's like, you couldn't take it. Like you was like, you're not used to it, So Beth's used to it. Beth handled it well, and her regulator, I think, double dipped. It was probably two of the longest games, and it was a cheetah girl game. I mean, those games lasted at least an hour apiece, and I think we got out there at 4 a.m. But they double dipped, won. Lori and Goose. I'm going to say Goose's name a couple times, and I think you told me that he wasn't moving, so I messaged him. I was like,
yeah,
because last time I heard he was leaving for Hawaii in March, and I was really sad to hear that he was leaving because dude's got a good throw. And I texted him the other day, and I was like, man, are you leaving? He's like, no, and I'm like, hell yeah, he's going to be a dog, and we need dogs, and his trajectory. I think I told you this on the phone. Is just, he's good.
Yeah.
And it's and he seems calm. His nerves seem good. And he threw, I'm going to say his name a couple times. I'll get in that. But so, I know they're probably disappointed about not going to Hawaii, but I'm really glad they're not going to Hawaii. I mean, I want him around playing. So, seeing a good kid, man, I love that they're not leaving. So, my name is Jeff, and Rogelio got third. Said Jeff's name a lot, man. It's good to see Rogelio, man. I love Rogelio. But Jeff's name has been mentioned a lot lately. Lone Oak, Firecracker, and K-Slice. It's Kim, I think, Smith. I'm going to mention her a few times, man. She's right down the middle.
Yeah.
She can throw. She's a regulator, and she can throw. Goose and Ghost got second. And then Numbskull and Numbskull's girl got third. So that was Lone Oak. I think they had 32 or something like that, maybe.
Yeah.
Any comments or anything?
No.
We good?
Well, we got several watching. We got several people watching tonight, so.
Well, I see Crystal watching. We're having a yard sale this weekend, and our house is chaotic. And I just walked in there and checked on Crystal because I had to change a light. Well, I had to fix her light. And she had 20 pairs of shoes on the floor. I'm like, are you really getting rid of shoes? Because, I mean, seriously, I know people probably don't understand this, but Crystal has at least 400 pairs of shoes in her closet. Crystal's closet is, I think, 8 foot wide, 12 foot long. So, I mean, her closet's 100 square feet. And you can't step in her closet without stepping on shoes. There's shoes on walls, shoes on shelves, shoes on the floor. So the fact that she's getting rid of 20, 30 pairs of shoes is mind blowing. And she said, I probably could get rid of 20 or 30 more. So hopefully that's what she's in there working on. So I guess she's watching the show and getting ready for our yard sale. Like Haley's moving in for a month or 6 weeks, 8 weeks until the first of the year. So we're trying to declutter and get her room ready. And so kind of glad we're not playing Friday night. But anyway, back on the schedule. Monday night Hard Rider. This is where everything went south for Jimmy. Won a few games, got excited, went in AFib, and had to go Mercy Room.
Look, me and Bustle weren't just winning some games. We were hammering folks. And I finished the game against Bo. I can't remember who Bo's partner was, but I was playing on Bo's end, and I played half of that game with my heart rate above 200.
Really?
Yeah. We went to start the next game, and I was playing against Austin Potts, and it got to be. Everybody knows, when I got to the ER, my heart rate was 269. So, but I did want to say thank you. Toby, Scott, Bo, they all come. Toby come out the door behind me because he could see something was wrong. So, and they helped Beth. Beth was running around like a chicken with her head cut off. So, they helped Beth get everything together and get me in the car and get to the hospital. So,
I really will. And I know I say this every week, and when I say that we have the best group in Arkansas, I truly feel like we have people that care about each other, love each other, have each other's back. I mean, you go back to War Memorial. I mean, like there's 100 different situations that we have each other's back. Look.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. There's no doubt. That's and I'm not. I've got family here in Arkansas, but 501 members calling and texting Beth and messaging Beth on Facebook outnumbered my family 50-1.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I harassed you in there every day, so I try to make a point to call and make fun of you, so at least get a laugh out, for me and for you. But I'm glad you're out. Like I'm really.
No, you even sat and played a game of Battleship with me. So while I was in the hospital, whoop my.
You know what I did? You know what I did? I did whoop your ass, and I kind of I don't know if you've seen that post I made at one time when Crew was playing Battleship and he stuck all the ships on top of each other. So you just get like you're calling out a number. I mean, he did. He had every ship stacked on top of each other, which is genius. I was like, dude, that's like a great idea. I would have never thought of doing that.
Yeah.
But I stuck all my ships up top. And you just trying to keep hitting the bottom, and I did whip your ass in Battleship. But I'm glad you didn't want to play again because I was sitting around a fire and I was like, man, I just don't play this no more. But anyway, I did whip your ass in Battleship. Anyway, did I hit the wrong button? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, I'll just make sure. Anyway, so Jimmy, I don't know how it ended up. I think maybe they did something, but it shows the computer shows Jimmy and Chris Bustle winning first, Regulator and Jordan K get second, AP and Randy getting third. So,
hey, and again, Bustle went on. Bustle played basically 3 games without me. 2 games. Hell, I don't remember. And walked back and forth and won that tournament. So, yeah.
VFW BB number 1. We picked up BB. And last week we ran an OG tournament. And I call it OG tournament because when we originally started out, we would have 32 people and we would take, like COVID hit right after we kind of started. Like we ran tournaments, $5 tournaments. We didn't play till 2:00 in the morning. I mean, we just didn't. That wasn't a thing there. But back then, we would have 32 to 40 people, and we would take the top half, and the bottom half didn't even go to a bracket. Like it's just like you didn't make the top half, you're shit out of luck. Try next week. So then we started splitting the bracket and doing a single elimination tournament and a double. So But now there's so many groups, playing that everybody's spoiled. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
everybody, like, you can go here and get 8 games, go here and get 8 games. So,
Yeah.
but back in the day when we were the only people, we could do what we wanted, So it was like we'd take a single elimination. So, I wanted to try this again. I know Arkadelphia still does it, and I've said that before. So I mean, they do it every week, but we haven't done it around here in 2 or 3 years. But we did it a lot during COVID because we had to be out of the VFW by 11 o'clock. So
Yeah.
we did run this tournament quite a bit. But I really enjoyed it. We took the top 16, and I said if we got to 48, I would do 24 and 24. And a lot of the reason why it's you can only run 5 courts in there, so I can take 16 and put on 2 courts, and I can take the others and put
Yeah.
on 3 courts,
Yeah.
and kind of get right at the same time. It's not necessarily that I want to do like not split it half and half, but I can't split half and half on 5 courts. I mean, I can't.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
it just don't math right. Like, I mean, there's more to running a cornhole tournament, and I get suggestions all the time, and it's like, I promise you, I've thought every possible scenario out how to run a tournament. If there's been a tournament ran, it's went through my head. I promise you, and I get suggestions all the time, and if we get 48 people this week, we may try to squeak out 20 or 24 on 2 courts, but
Yeah.
we're going to be there till 2 a.m. So I mean,
Yeah.
I guess you could do vice versa, whatever. I don't know. We'll just see how many people show up tomorrow night. And
I think keeping it the way you got it is probably good. I mean, there again, that's completely up to you. But it's you take the top 16, and and with this type of tournament, you're paying out 4 spaces instead of 3.
yes,
So get in that top 2 in
Yeah.
either tournament. So yeah,
Well,
I like it. I like the way that one's ran. So
and I mean, the payouts were pretty decent. I mean, I think the lower bracket was $150 for first place or something like that, and then $80 for second place, or I don't know. I mean, my math, it could be off, but I think too, when you run this type of tournament, it equalizes out. Like, it makes the top, like, every team in that top bracket was tough. I mean, I played with Brandon and we got 4th. Me and Brandon don't throw well together for whatever reason. We have a good winning percentage, but we can't finish out. And all the teams were tough. Bad Brad and Robbie were just, I mean, they won it.
Yeah.
Bad Brad, Robbie, and then Zach. And we had to play Zach and Hunter Hill the first game. And, man, that was brutal, man. Like, it was.
Yeah.
I mean, they were throwing. They threw really well together. And I was kind of surprised they don't throw together more, because they threw really well together. And AP and Goose. I mean, and I talked to Goose, and I even called Andrew. Goose, I was talking to Goose. I said, man, he said, man, I really enjoyed playing with Andrew, like his experience and telling me what to do. And I called Andrew, and I was like, man, if this dude wants to play with you again, play with him, because that's the first guy ever that's called me or I've talked to and said they enjoyed playing with you. So,
right.
I mean, and it was like, dude, and I've never heard anyone say, I love playing with Andrew. So it caught me off guard a little bit, and I called it, and it shocked me so much. I mean, like, I seriously about ran off the road, and I called Andrew and I said, man, this dude said he enjoyed playing with you. So, I mean, poor guy, poor Goose. He just don't know yet. But anyway,
so Jacksonville regular, not to cut you off, but Jacksonville regular got on here. He says that they did not play the rest of those games out in respect for me.
Okay, yeah. So I mean,
so
I just looked at what it finished out. I mean, it looked like they split
know
the money.
That.
So
yeah, I didn't know that either. So
well, good. I mean, I think Bussell had to play a game or two, but and he probably balled out and got to the, because he had to get to the king seat, didn't he?
If I would have finished out the game against Austin, that would have taken us to the king seat.
Yeah. Okay, I got you. Anyway, I wrote down AP, but it was Zookeeper and Goose. I don't know why I wrote AP down. It was Zookeeper and Goose got third place in the switch. The lower bracket, Freddie McDougal, love Mr. Freddie, and Cali Girl got first. Rusty and Butler, 25. Eddie Butler got second. And then Ron, when I looked at that bracket, I was thinking, man, there's no way Ron and John get beat. But they did. They finished third. So, I don't know, man. It was just a well-matched tournament. And I think if you would have split it down to 20 or 24, I think it would have, I don't know. It would have just messed with both brackets. I don't know. Just looking at it, it just looked like the right thing to do. I mean, I advertised 16. I took 16. I said if we get to 48, we'll do 24 and 24. But I really do not want to do 24 on 2 courts.
No.
Anyway, so that's the reasoning behind it.
Well, I mean, if you did make it single elimination.
Did you not just hear everybody spoil? Yeah, no. Look, it would be outrage. But Freddie was happy, man. Freddie and Cali Girl and Rusty and Butler. I got to watch that game, and man, I mean, they were throwing, man. It was a good game. I mean, it was a good competitive game, man, and that's what you want. You want good competitive cornhole that's fun. You can't ask for nothing else. Yeah. Anyhow, ACO World Doubles. Kind of Sebastian and Austin James. I'm not sure they played together this year before, but it looks like Sebastian just kind of whoring out a little bit. You know, he's played with Austin Potts and Bear Paul and Austin. Come down and kicked our butts. So Austin James, it was Austin James' 18th birthday. So happy birthday, Austin. And then Sebastian. So they got the win. Chris Seaton and Lisa Hill got second, and then Cole and Patrick Barger got third. And I honestly have to say, I didn't see that coming.
No.
And again, that's probably the first time I've ever seen Patrick Barger on a podium. If he's watching the show, which he probably is. But first time I've ever seen Patrick on a podium finish. You know, he plays in Paragould, man. It's deep down there. You know, he ain't on the podium at Paragould too much. So it was good to see Patrick on a podium. It was. These are my favorite. I love these. Like I'll go to Dollar General and I buy like 12 at a time. I love them. Shannon Myers asked me.
Yeah, I saw
and
that.
Shannon, and if you see a 2012 Camry for sale, I'll give you Shannon's number. Just let me know in the comments if you want his number. And he's selling a 2008 Camry for $2,000. Real good car, dependable daily driver. Just comment if you want his number, and I'll give you his number. And because he's trying to sell that car for $2,000, I mean it's a steal. So just let me know if you want this car, and be glad to get you that number. Anyway, switch number 143. Kobe Baskins and Logan S. Logan is Sebastian's friend. He come in. Brent Dean and Lewis, OG Lewis, and it was funny. Rupert come up to the stage and he's like, I can't say what he said about Lewis, you know, but it was cool that you got 2 OG brothers battling it out for second and third, you know. So but Rupert was cussing Lewis out, you know. Like, you don't know what Lewis you're gonna get. Like, you might get Lewis that puts it in the hole every time, or you might get Lewis that just cussing his partner out and throwing him over the board. Like, you know, but I love them being around. I'm so glad they're coming. Hope they come back every week.
Lewis was airmail or die before there was airmail or die.
No, 100%. 100%. Did not care. Not care any point of the game. If you needed a point, you know, just Lewis, put it on the board. Let's wash. Go to the next round. Airmail. You know? And he hit a lot of them.
Yeah, he did.
What pissed me off about Lewis the most is like when I played against him, if I put one in the hole, he puts one in the hole. If I throw one on the board, he throws one on the board. If I throw one off the board, he throws one off the board. I put one in the hole, he puts it in the hole. Like he mimicked everything I did instead of just playing his game. And I used to just piss me off. You know, like, You know why?
Yeah.
Just put it on the board, Lewis. Put it on the board. You know.
I know back in the day when we all first started, I hated playing against Robert.
Robert.
You know, yeah. People don't understand. You know, these guys down there playing in the Switch only because they haven't really played a lot in the past few years. But back in the day, I'd have put Robert up against anybody. I'd have put Robert up against anybody.
Me and Robert, the day my dad passed away, I woke up at morning. I found like at 5 o'clock in the morning, my dad passed away. And me and Rupert went and played in the tournament that day. And I was like, do I go or not? I mean, I didn't like I had this relationship with my dad or nothing. You know, I mean, I did, but I didn't, you know. And I was like, do I go? I mean, what am I going to do? I'm not going to sit around here and mope or nothing. So I went and played with Rupert. And, I mean, man, we put Scott Mitchell and Zach out. And we lost to Andy Bryant and Steve Kemp. Well, but we beat them the first game. No, we beat them the first game, man. Me and Rupert was on a run. And they flipped. Like, I don't think people do that anymore, but they's like, we got to flip sides. So they flipped sides, and then Rupert just went, whoom. Like, he couldn't handle it. He went to the outside, I think, and just went. I mean, completely lost that tournament for us. So,
still, though, I mean, you know, Bryant's not even playing anymore.
No, I mean, there's like 40 teams downtown Paragould. Andy Bryant was good, though. And Steve Kemp.
Steve Kemp. Yeah, Steve Kemp.
Stud.
If you can ever say you beat Steve Kemp, then you're doing something.
Stud. Anyway, so Cody Baskins, Logan S., Brent Dean, Lewis, Rupert, and K Slice again. I think that's K Slice's third tournament for third podium tonight, fourth podium. I don't know. She's good.
Well, Shannon Meyer says you ain't getting no hot peanuts for free now, though.
Why?
Because he's telling people to call him about that car.
Oh, well, no one's asking for the number. But, no. I mean, dude, Shannon's selling like couches, refrigerators on the cheap, man. You know, like this dude done hacked Shannon's page, and he's selling shit all over Arkansas.
Yeah,
I mean, Frigidaire. I mean, TV, flat screens, washer dryers, renting houses out. Like, I don't know how this dude got Shannon's profile, but man, like it's every week too. Like, it ain't just like a one-time thing. Change your password and you're done. No, this dude's selling every week. Probably sitting in Nigeria or something, just
probably
stuff on there. And people are commenting on it, sharing it, like, man, it's a good deal. I'm like, no, it's just
no, he's not in Nigeria, because I private messaged the dude, was like, hey, I'm interested in that car, you know, just see what they'd say. And the guy was like, yeah, you know, it's a good car, you know, I'd love to set up a time for you to come see it. And I said, well, name the place. And he said South University. So
but send me a $500 deposit, so you can come look at it. Send me $500, and you come look at it, and then I'll give you $500 back. Yeah, and I wonder how many people actually sent this dude $500. You know,
there's people out there. I bet they do. He keeps doing it. So
yeah. Anyway, all right. Low Note 54. This is a good win, man. I was going to tell him when I seen him next time. Jamie and Cheetah Girl. Double dip Kobe and your mom, and so good job, Jamie and Cheetah. That looking at that bracket, 32 players, 16 teams. Looking at that bracket, man, there was some good teams in there. There were some good players there, man. And good job, Jamie and Cheetah Girl. I mean, that's a good win for y'all. Kobe and your mom got second, and then Anthony Kirk and BP4 got third. But
that team right there.
I mean,
look at the third place team.
I mean, yeah, and I'd have to go look at the bracket, but I mean, Bad Brad was in there. I mean, there was a lot of people, a lot of good throwers there. Good job, Jamie and Cheetah Girl. That's a good win. Hard Rider last night almost, and K Slice again. So K Slice is on a tear right now. Robbie Burton and Travis Jackson and Regulator and Chappie. So that's all the tournaments.
Now Scott texted me yesterday and told me he was going to win that tournament for me. I think he ended up fourth.
Did he?
which is good for Scott.
Oh yeah, I think his SBR has gotten. Can you hear my music?
Barely.
All right. Let's put some Drowning Man on. Yeah, there's a lot of the same podiums. I mean, K Slice had several. Goose had a few. I don't know, man. We got some good throwers, man. Everybody's getting better. Really enjoy it. Uh, we're off at Cabot this week. VFWBB tomorrow night. I think the VFW and Cabot's got their annual car show. It's their biggest fundraiser. Christmas Slider Cup. We just got a couple spots left. I got some people on the wait list. Taking 501 first. I mean, if 501 people reach out to me and want in, I'm going to put them in over people that's not under the 501 umbrella. I mean, it's just fair. I mean, it's just what I want to do. I mean, it's a 501 event. I mean, we let a few people in every year that play consistently, every week. But I mean, it's a 501 event for a reason, So like to keep it that way. I'm not going to turn away a 501 person that plays with us consistently and that supports us for someone to come in and and play that doesn't. So
I agree 100%.
I'm just being honest with you, being transparent. 501 first, I mean,
yeah,
you need to get that. Christmas Cider Cup, we're going to do a potluck toy drive. Charles V, if anyone knows anything locally that needs toys, or if we can help a family, please let us know. We're willing to do that, man. We always end up with a bunch of toys for families, and Charles V took them to a certain church last year, I think, and then we did the place in Lone Oak the year before. What was it called?
Yeah, Open Arms Shelter.
Open Arms. We did Casa one year. Or was it Casa one year? Yeah.
Well, Casa Lone Oak.
Yeah. If you know somebody that needs that has some needs for Christmas or even Thanksgiving, man, if you know a family in need for Thanksgiving, please let me know. We'll do what we can to help. We'll get turkeys. I mean, just please reach out if you know a family in need, man. We'll do whatever we can. Don't want anybody to go hungry, and I don't want kids to go without toys. So please let me know, or let someone know, and we'll make sure we'll make it happen. We'll get them some toys, get them a turkey. I mean, whatever we got to do. Man, that's just how we roll. We're going to do a potluck that day. What I thought about doing is putting a spin on it, and that day maybe doing some sort of chili cook-off or something. But I don't really want. I put a lot of beans in my chili, and 72 people in there playing, plus another 20 in spouses. I mean, you got 100 people in there, and you got beans, and just not certain that would be a good idea. But
the potluck is always good.
It might be a different element to it. Who can tighten up and throw a bag the best. I mean, maybe we can. I don't know. If you would like to be a judge for a chili cook-off, please put it in the comments, because I would say you could make a crock pot of chili, bring it in, and if you wanted to, be judged on it, then I'll get a trophy board made for it. Because I feel like I'm going to win it anyway. I was digging through my yard stuff earlier, and I won a chili cook-off several years ago, and so I feel like I got award-winning chili.
Yeah.
So if y'all are interested in doing that, let me know. I bet Dave Burke could throw down on some chili.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to be there or not, but he could drop.
I don't know if he's signed up. Is he signed up?
I don't think so, but I need to message him. I know I can make chili though. Like I think that it's cheap and it's easy. You can make some Frito chili pies. We can have people bring cheese, have people bring Fritos, and we need some other stuff too, man. We're gonna need some sweets and
there's always plenty of food.
Yeah. And I still may make a pork loin, just depending on. We'll be off that Friday night before Cider Cup because they have a Christmas party. but I would love to. Maybe we can do some kind of cook off with it or something, and just put another spin on it. And if your team, the person who cooks chili, if they're on your team, maybe they get a certain amount of points or something, 5 points or something. I don't know.
Are we going to do?
Points for my team.
Are we going to do a live draft?
Jimmy, I've put a lot of thought into that, and being the Christmas season, and everybody's loving and getting along right now, and you're a health scare, and Jimmy Casey, keep Jimmy Casey. Like, yes. I don't want to hurt feelings right now, and I feel like if you do a live draft,
I agree,
it's going to probably hurt some people's feelings, and a lot of people aren't self-aware, and this is Charles V's words. People aren't self-aware of where they're at in cornhole, like they think they're better than and I like maybe we can go live for the seedings, but maybe not go live for the draft because there's going to be some names fall, and I don't think they're not going to fall because they're not good, but there's certain people that draft for certain things. Like I know in my head what I want. Like I know what I want in a team, and I drafted that team last year and we won. I want good attitude. I want players. I want people that have a little experience, so it may not be that your lack of cornhole skills. It may just be your attitude sucks and nobody wants you on their team, and that's real, so you may fall, and I don't want people to get their feelings hurt because everybody gets offended these days. And
I agree. Don't do a live draft and then do the like in previous years with the State Slider Cup, they did the seedings, live. I think do it that way.
I would love to do the live draft because it's fun, and a lot of people want to know where they got drafted. Like people want to know where they get picked. So, and I never understand why. I'm like, why do you want to know that?
I don't care to know. It's funny. The first couple Slider Cups we did, you and I were taking first, second in the first 2 Slider Cups that we ever did, and now I believe I'm taking somewhere around the 40th, 50th place. So, and I'm good with that.
No. I don't think that's the case.
I'll tell you what. Should none of the players that played on my State Slider Cup team this year, I'll bet you won't hear any of them complain about where they're picked.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, people don't
Hey, they know. It's real. Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you, we had roughly 40 people that play at 501 consistently go to the Big Slider Cup, and now they understand. When we say stamina, water, energy, like I bet people have a totally different respect for Slider Cup now. They don't understand the gauntlet that it is, and the mental. It's tough. I mean, it's people folded this year, man. People folded. People left. People got mad. I mean, people, had good days. They had bad games, good games.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
only going to get bigger. It's only going to get bigger.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, we're looking at 64 courts next year. So more the merrier. But anyway, no, Jake should be picked. Jake said live draft, but probably not. I mean, just because you go 11-2 in singles doesn't mean you're going to get picked top 2 or 3 rounds, Jake. Just so you know that. Bonita's on. Bonita's going to be in I think Bonita. Well, no, Regulator got in the other night, but I don't think Bonita. She needs to let me know if she wants in or not. Any other questions, comments?
Oh, excuse me.
Glad you're out of the hospital.
Yeah, I think I got COVID while I was in the hospital.
Crystal, what size shoe you wear? She's got 50 pairs, and they're $10 a piece. So, Jake, 5'10". Miss Beth. I'll just make sure I didn't miss nobody. I know I saw where Brian Mann said I was ripping everyone tonight, and I love ripping people. I love getting at them.
Especially
you
me
know.
for some reason.
Hey, it's with love. Please note.
I'm not even safe in the hospital.
I did call and give you hell. I really did. I really did. Anyway, on the way, I picked Brody up to go to the VFW last week, and Jimmy had just been in the hospital like a day, and I'm like, I called Beth, and I was like, "Hey, where am I supposed to bury the body at?" And Brody just like turned and looked at me, man. He was so scared. He's like, looked at me like, "What the hell?" But anyway, I thought it was funny. All right, so Benito wants in.
Benito wants in.
Yeah, I know we got a couple spots left. Not many. But I mean, typically a lot of people like to drop out too. So hopefully no one does. No one usually drops out of Christmas Cider Cup.
Yeah, that's the most fun. Yeah, it's fun.
Oh yeah, no, it's like it's not going to be any PPR, no SBR. I manually put your names in. You're going there to win a game. You're not going there to get your SBR up, get your PPR. I mean, it's not counted against your wins and losses. I mean,
so
it's just there to have a good time.
Explain how you're going to do the singles tournament.
We're going to just do, instead of doing singles, and we can't really do a singles pool play because cheetah drill games are like an hour long piece. So I mean, she's probably pretty much the entire reason why we can't do singles. She has the longest games in 501 cornhole history, and but we're just going to do a single elimination tournament, and we're going to take the top 12 people, and we're going to give them points. Like I've got to figure all that out. It might be like 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. So it's just a straight single tournament, 72 people. 7 courts. We're looking at like 2 hours and 30 minutes to run this tournament. So we start at 1. We should be done by 3. We'll be done by 4, and we'll get double started at 4.
Wait a second. You're doing a singles tournament for each seed?
No, we're all going to be in one bracket, and I'm going to try to get it. I'm going to try to seed it in order. You know what I mean? So like whoever number 1 will play number 72. Like I'm gonna try to even it out where you don't have like Brandon playing Bad Brad first or Austin playing.
So you could wind up, a team could wind up if say 12 people from the same team wound up 1 through 12, then they're getting all them points.
They're getting all the points.
All right.
So I mean, it's gonna be kind of intense. I mean, like you want to play to win, but I just got to figure out the point system on it. But singles is a huge element of the Cider Cup. So I figured if we could do like just put some singles in there, just so people get some singles games. You might get 1, you might get 6 or 7. You know, But you go down that loser bracket, it's loser done, and you're sitting there judging the chili for the next, hour and a half. So it kind of just makes it interesting, get some points, and I think the airmail is going to be interesting at the end. I'm going to move it up. I mean, we'll probably do a regulation airmail in the box, so that way it's not completely, draft order is something that I've thought about a lot. Like usually the people who draft are kind of equal. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying we're not equal, but I thought about doing it lower SPR, and then do a ladder up to like the lowest SPR gets first pick, next gets second pick, next gets third pick, next gets fourth pick.
That's a good idea.
Well, but I'm not sure that's the right way to do it either. Because say Bad Brad probably has the best SBR, he'd be the 6th pick. He's going to get 2 back-to-back picks there. He's going to get 2 really good players right there.
Yeah.
And so I think just doing it random, just doing just a spin on the wheel might be the best way to go.
Yeah.
If Brody gets the first pick and picks Brandon or Sebastian or whoever, but anyway, I feel like we're going long.
Yeah, we are. I got medicine to take.
Anyway, may all your beer stay cold and all your bags go in the hole. We'll see you tomorrow night. BB, get pre-registered. We're taking 48. I think we got 30 pre-registered so far. So we're off this weekend. I know Lono's playing Hard Rider Monday night. I'm glad to have a Friday night off. I'm not gonna lie. So we'll see you tomorrow night.
All right.
Thank
See
you,
y'all.
BB.